That package of bacon in your fridge. The one you fry every Sunday morning. The one your kids beg for at breakfast. You thought you were eating cured pork belly, protein. Something satisfying and traditional. Here's the danger hiding in that vacuum-sealed package. You're eating sodium nitrite converting to cancer-causing nitrosamines in the frying pan. 6 grams of sugar per serving in meat. Ractopamine growth promoter banned in 160 countries but legal in Canada. Pigs fed GMO corn sprayed with glyphosate in confined operations. Liquid smoke made from wood tar chemicals. Sodium erythorbate accelerating nitrite reactions, creating more carcinogens. For families frying bacon 3 mornings weekly. For kids eating this daily, thinking it's just meat. For people with cardiovascular disease consuming 1,800 milligrams of sodium in 3 strips. 5 brands poisoning Canadian breakfast tables. 2 that are actually pork. What's in your fridge right now? Drop a comment with the brand you're buying. Brand 5, Schneider's. The corporate bacon. The sugar disaster. Maple Leaf subsidiary selling candy-coated pork as breakfast meat. Schneider's bacon. Red package. Available everywhere. Loblaws, Sobeys, Metro, Walmart. $7 to $10 for 500 grams. Trusted name for generations. Owned by Maple Leaf Foods since 2004. Same parent company as multiple brands reviewed. Corporate consolidation disguised as brand choice. Flip the package. Read ingredients. Schneider's. Original bacon. Pork, water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, smoke flavor. Sugar is 4th ingredient. In bacon. Pork belly doesn't need sugar. It's fatty meat. The sugar is for browning. Caramelization. Addiction. Sweet and salty combination triggers dopamine response stronger than either alone. How much sugar? 3 strips contain 2 grams. Doesn't sound like much. But you're eating meat. Meat shouldn't contain sugar. The glycemic load adds up across breakfast. Bacon with sugar. Toast with jam. Orange juice. Blood glucose spikes. For diabetics eating Schneider's bacon. Thinking protein-heavy breakfast stabilizes blood sugar. The added sugar defeats that. For kids developing taste preferences. Sugar in bacon trains them to expect sweetness in savory foods. Sodium nitrite is the carcinogen. Added as preservative and color fixative. Keeps bacon pink-red instead of gray. Prevents botulism. Creates cancer risk. When you fry bacon, sodium nitrite reacts with amino acids from pork protein at high heat. Forms nitrosamines. N-nitroso compounds. The WHO classified processed meat as Group 1 carcinogen in 2015. Same category as cigarettes and asbestos. Nitrites are primary driver. A 2018 study in International Journal of Cancer found each 25-gram serving of processed meat daily increased colorectal cancer risk by 20%. 3 strips of bacon equal approximately 30 grams. Daily bacon consumption significantly raises cancer risk. For families frying Schneider's every weekend. For people eating bacon and eggs 4 mornings weekly. Cumulative nitrosamine exposure accumulates. Sodium erythorbate accelerates curing. Speeds nitrite reaction. Creates faster color development. But it also accelerates nitrosamine formation when cooked. You're eating additive designed to speed the chemical reaction that creates carcinogens. Sodium phosphate damages kidneys. Used as moisture retainer. Keeps bacon from shrinking too much. Research in Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found high phosphate intake accelerates kidney disease, increases cardiovascular mortality, creates calcium phosphate imbalances affecting bones and arteries. For people with kidney disease eating bacon, for diabetics with early kidney damage, sodium phosphate accelerates decline. The sodium content is catastrophic. 3 strips contain 600 milligrams. Before eggs, before toast, before anything else. Nearly 1/3 adult daily limit in 3 strips of meat. For people with hypertension eating bacon. For anyone with cardiovascular disease. 600 milligrams of sodium creates immediate blood pressure spike. The nitrites damage blood vessel linings. The phosphates affect heart rhythm. You're eating cardiovascular stress in every strip. Smoke flavor is liquid smoke, made by condensing smoke from burning wood. Contains polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. Some PAHs are carcinogenic, the same compounds in cigarette smoke. In your bacon, the pork is from confined operations. Industrial pig farms, hundreds or thousands of pigs. Concrete floors, metal crates, fed GMO corn and soy. Never see outdoors. Never root in dirt. This isn't traditional farming. This is pork factory. For people thinking bacon is natural, traditional food, Schneider's is industrialized chemical-treated meat from factory-farmed pigs. Your fix? Sugar in bacon means manufactured addiction. Sodium nitrite forms cancer-causing nitrosamines when fried. Sodium erythorbate accelerates carcinogen formation. Sodium phosphate damages kidneys. If bacon lists sugar and multiple sodium compounds, it's chemical candy, not food. The sugar addiction formula. The nitrosamine carcinogen creation. The kidney-destroying phosphates. $7 buying cancer risk with sweet coating. Brand 4. Maple Leaf Natural Selections. Bacon. The uncured fraud returns. The celery powder nitrite scam. Charging premium for equivalent carcinogens from plant source. Maple Leaf Natural Selections Bacon. Green package. Uncured and no nitrites added. Claims prominent. $9 to $13 for 375 grams. Premium positioning as healthier bacon. The fraud is identical to their hot dogs. It contains nitrites. From celery powder instead of sodium nitrite. Natural selections. Bacon ingredients. Pork, water, sea salt, turbinado sugar, celery powder, lactic acid starter culture, natural flavor. Celery powder is concentrated celery juice, naturally high in nitrates. When combined with lactic acid starter culture, bacteria, the nitrates convert to nitrites, same chemistry as sodium nitrite, just bacterial fermentation instead of chemical production. The nitrite levels are equivalent or higher. A 2019 study in Journal of Food Protection tested uncured bacon products, found nitrite concentrations similar to conventional cured bacon, sometimes higher. The uncured claim is regulatory loophole. The nitrites are present. When you fry Natural Selections bacon, celery-derived nitrites react with pork amino acids, form nitrosamines, same cancer compounds, same group 1 carcinogen. Natural source doesn't reduce cancer risk. For health-conscious families, paying premium thinking uncured means no carcinogens. You're getting equivalent nitrosamines from plant-derived nitrites, paying 40% more for misleading label. Turbinado sugar is added, raw sugar, less processed than white sugar, still sugar, in bacon. The meat doesn't need it. Your taste buds are being manipulated. The pork is conventional, not organic, not pasture-raised. Industrial confined pigs fed GMO grain. The natural on package doesn't extend to farming, just processing. Natural flavor is undefined. Could be dozens of compounds. Industry term, hiding complexity. In bacon, claiming to be natural and simple. The sodium is 450 milligrams per 3 strips. Lower than Schneider's, still significant. 3 strips before any other food equals 1/5 daily limit. The price is the insult. $9 to $13 for 375 grams. That's $24 to $35 per kilogram. Double conventional bacon price. For equivalent nitrite content creating equivalent cancer risk. Maple Leaf profits from health washing. Creates premium uncured line. Charges double. Delivers same carcinogens from different source. Consumers believe they're buying safer product. Science says otherwise. For families choosing Natural Selections, believing they're protecting kids from processed meat dangers. The processed meat dangers are identical. The nitrites form nitrosamines. The cancer risk remains. Hit subscribe so you never pay double for bacon with hidden celery nitrites again. Your fix, uncured using celery powder, contains nitrites from plant source. Celery-derived nitrites form same carcinogens when cooked. Natural doesn't mean safer. Premium price for uncured is paying for misleading marketing. Creating false safety impression. The uncured celery fraud. The equivalent carcinogen deception. The double price scam. $9 buying same cancer risk with green packaging. Brand 3. Alamel. The Quebec pork giant. The ractopamine risk. Selling growth promoter-fed pork banned across Europe and China. Alamel. Quebec-based pork processor. Red and white package. Available across Canada, especially Quebec. $6 to $9 for 500 grams. Owned by Solio Cooperative Group. Large agricultural cooperative. Processes over 30 million hogs annually. Industrial scale. Alamel bacon. Ingredients: pork, water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, smoke. Standard ingredients: sugar, sodium nitrite, sodium phosphate. Same problems as other industrial bacon. The hidden danger is ractopamine. Growth promoter fed to pigs in final weeks before slaughter. Increases muscle mass, reduces fat, improves feed efficiency, makes pigs more profitable. Ractopamine is banned in 160 countries. European Union, China, Russia, Taiwan. Entire regions reject pork from ractopamine-fed pigs. Health concerns include cardiovascular effects, behavioral changes, reproductive issues in animal studies. Canada allows ractopamine. USA allows it. The pork industry's lobbied successfully. Regulations permit use despite international concerns. Alamel doesn't disclose ractopamine use. Canadian regulations don't require labeling, but industrial pork operations use it widely. Profit margins demand it. Unless bacon is certified organic or specifically states ractopamine-free, assume it's present. Ractopamine residues remain in meat. Human health effects are debated. Industry claims safe. Independent researchers raise concerns. A 2012 study found ractopamine increased heart rate and caused muscle tremors in humans at levels considered safe by regulators. For people with cardiovascular disease eating Alamel bacon, ractopamine affects heart function. Combined with high sodium and nitrites, you're compounding cardiovascular stress. For children eating this regularly, ractopamine's effects on developing systems are understudied. You're feeding kids growth promoter residues banned across most developed nations. The pigs are confined. Industrial operations. Fed GMO corn and soy with glyphosate residues. Antibiotics used when needed. High-density housing creates disease pressure, requiring pharmaceutical management. The sodium content is 620 milligrams per 3 strips, higher than Schneider's, nearly 1/3 daily limit before other foods. The sugar is 2 grams per serving, training taste buds for sweet-salty combination. Sodium phosphate appears again. Kidney damage, cardiovascular effects, mineral imbalances. For Quebec families buying Alamel thinking they're supporting local cooperative, you're supporting industrial pork system using growth promoters banned globally. The cooperative model doesn't guarantee ethical farming. Your fix? Ractopamine growth promoter is legal in Canada, but banned in 160 countries. Unless bacon states ractopamine-free or organic, assume industrial pigs received it. Cardiovascular effects, behavioral changes in animals, human safety debated. Why risk it? The ractopamine growth promoter, the banned globally legal here drug. The industrial confinement pork, $6 buying heart-affecting pig drugs in every strip. Brand 2, compliments/no-name bow, bacon, the house brand mystery. The processor roulette, bacon from whoever bid lowest with zero consistency. Blue compliments at Sobeys, yellow no name at Loblaws. House brand bacon, $5 to $8 for 500 grams. Sobeys and Loblaws don't process pork. They contract with bacon producers. Those producers source from pig farms. Whoever offers cheapest bacon wins quarterly contracts. The sourcing changes. Spring bacon might come from Ontario processor using Quebec pigs. Summer bacon from Alberta processor using Manitoba pigs. You're not buying consistent product. You're buying quarterly bid winner. The ingredients vary slightly. Some batches list more sugar, others less. Some include smoke flavoring, others don't. The formulation depends on contractor's recipe. The quality is inconsistent. Some batches slice evenly, others have ragged edges and fat distribution problems. Some batches shrink minimally, others shrink 50%, leaving grease pool. The processor changes. The quality fluctuates. The pork is bottom-tier sourcing. House brands hit price targets. Processors use cheapest available pigs. From operations cutting every cost. Maximum confinement. Minimum welfare. GMO feed. Antibiotics as needed. Possibly ractopamine for growth promotion. Sodium nitrite is standard. Every batch contains it. Same carcinogen formation. Same cancer risk. Sugar is present, training kids' palates for sweet bacon. Sodium phosphate appears in most batches. Kidney damage. Helps retain moisture so bacon doesn't shrink as much. The sodium varies by batch. Usually 550 to 650 milligrams per 3 strips. Inconsistent because different processors have different formulations. For families buying house brand, because $5 fits budget better than $10 for name brand. You're gambling with changing processors and unknown pig sourcing. The traceability is zero. You can't verify which farms, which provinces, what feeding practices. If contamination occurs, identifying source is difficult because contracts change. For people with dietary restrictions avoiding certain additives, house brand ingredient lists change by batch. What you checked last month might not match current package. Your fix? House brands are quarterly contract winners. Sourcing changes. Quality fluctuates. Processors use cheapest pigs from cost-cutting operations. If bacon is generic store brand, expect mystery sourcing and batch inconsistency. The quarterly processor lottery. The changing formulation gamble. The bottom-tier pig sourcing. $5 buying whoever was cheapest last quarter. Brand 1. Great value bacon. Walmart. The Predator brand finale. The absolute cheapest. Walmart bacon from factory farms with maximum shortcuts and minimum standards. Great value bacon. $4.97 to $6.97 for 500 grams. Cheapest bacon in every Walmart. That price is impossible for quality pork. Pork belly costs $10 to $15 per kilogram wholesale. After curing, slicing, packaging, distribution, retail markup. Real bacon can't sell for $10 to $14 per kilogram retail, unless the pork is absolute bottom tier. Great value. Bacon ingredients: pork, water, salt, sugar, sodium phosphate, sodium erythorbate, sodium nitrite, smoke flavor. Standard industrial formula, but the sourcing is critical. Great value contracts with processors accepting Walmart's price demands. Those processors source from industrial pig operations running maximum efficiency. Thousands of pigs. Extreme confinement. Gestation crates. Farrowing crates. Concrete slatted floors. Zero outdoor access. Fed cheapest GMO grain. Antibiotics used preventatively. Likely ractopamine for growth promotion. The pigs live in conditions banned in progressive jurisdictions. The European Union is phasing out gestation crates. Canada allows them. Walmart sources from operations using every legal cost-cutting measure. The health effects accumulate. Pigs in extreme confinement have higher stress hormones. Cortisol in meat. Inflammation markers elevated. The meat quality is inferior, but it's cheap. The sodium nitrite creates carcinogens. Every package, every batch. When you fry great value bacon, nitrosamines form. Your kitchen fills with smoke containing carcinogenic compounds. The sodium content is 680 milligrams per 3 strips. Highest reviewed, nearly 1/3 daily limit. Before eggs, before toast, before coffee with cream. For people with hypertension frying, great value bacon 3 mornings weekly. Each breakfast spikes blood pressure. The cumulative effect damages arteries, increases stroke risk, heart attack risk. The sugar is 2 grams per serving. Sweet bacon training taste preferences. Sodium phosphate damages kidneys. For diabetics eating this regularly, kidney disease progression accelerates. Dialysis comes sooner. The smoke flavor contains PAHs, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons from wood tar condensation, carcinogenic compounds absorbed into bacon fat. But here's who's buying. Single parents feeding multiple kids needing affordable protein. Seniors on fixed pensions where $5 versus $10 determines other purchases. Families where bacon is weekend treat they can barely afford. Walmart knows who they're targeting. People who need cheap breakfast protein. People who don't have luxury of buying $15 pasture-raised bacon. People trying to feed families on impossible budgets. And Walmart is selling them bacon from extreme confinement operations. Pigs that never saw sunlight or touched dirt. Fed GMO grain with glyphosate, given growth promoters banned globally, treated with maximum legal antibiotics, processed with carcinogen-forming nitrites, maximum sodium, kidney-damaging phosphates, all packaged as value. Check your fridge right now. If you've got great value bacon, understand this. Walmart is betting you're too desperate to care about extreme confinement and banned growth promoters. Your kids deserve better than bacon from pigs raised in gestation crates on concrete. Your family deserves better than 680 milligrams of sodium per 3 strips plus carcinogens. Your fix? When bacon costs $5 for 500 grams. The pigs lived in extreme confinement, fed GMO grain with glyphosate and growth promoters. Highest sodium content means maximum cardiovascular stress. Cheapest price equals worst conditions and maximum chemicals. The extreme confinement horror, the growth promoter maximum, the sodium assault record. $5 buying suffering and carcinogens. 5 brands. 5 carcinogen factories. From Schneider's sugar addiction to Walmart's confinement nightmare. From Maple Leaf's celery nitrite fraud to Alamel's banned growth promoters. From house brand processor roulette to maximum sodium assaults. Check your fridge. Throw them out. Don't finish the package. Safe, pick 2. North Country. Smokehouse Organic. Certified organic. Actually uncured. Vermont quality available in Canada. North Country Smokehouse Organic Uncured Bacon. Available at health food stores, Whole Foods. $13 to $17 for 227 grams. Certified organic. Pigs raised without antibiotics, growth promoters, GMO feed. Outdoor access required by organic standards. Actually uncured. No celery powder. No cultured extracts. No hidden nitrites from plant sources. Ingredients: organic pork, water, sea salt, organic maple syrup, lactic acid starter culture. 5 ingredients, all organic. The maple syrup is for flavor and traditional curing. Small amount, not candy coating, no sodium nitrite, no sodium phosphate, no sodium erythorbate, no smoke flavor chemicals. The preservation comes from salt and refrigeration. Shorter shelf life, must stay cold. Use within week of opening. No carcinogens form when cooking. No nitrites converting to nitrosamines. You can fry this without creating cancer compounds. Sodium is 340 milligrams per 2 strips, half the sodium of industrial brands. Safe pick 1. Sunworks Farm, organic bacon, Canadian organic, pasture raised. Saskatchewan family farm to your table. Sunworks Farm organic bacon. Saskatchewan-based organic farm, available at select health food stores. Online direct. $16 to $20 for 250 grams. Certified organic. Pigs raised on pasture, root and dirt, eat forage. Access to outdoors year-round with shelter. This is traditional pig farming, actually uncured. No nitrites from any source. Ingredients: organic pasture-raised pork, sea salt, organic cane sugar, organic spices. 4 ingredients, all organic. The cane sugar is minimal for traditional cure, not industrial candy coating. No sodium nitrite, no phosphates, no erythorbate, no liquid smoke, just pork, salt, sugar, spices. Premium price reflects pasture management, organic certification, small-scale processing. Real farming costs real money. 5 brands, 5 disasters. Go check your fridge. See Schneider's, Maple Leaf Natural Selections, Alamel, Compliments, No Name, or Great Value. Sugar-coated carcinogens, celery nitrite fraud, banned growth promoters, mystery processors, extreme confinement suffering. Throw them out, now. Replace with North Country or Sunworks. $13 to $20 for 200 to 250 grams. Triple the cost. 0 nitrites, 0 carcinogens. Organic pasture-raised pork, cost of switching. $10 extra per package, cost of not switching. Your family eating Group 1 carcinogens every breakfast. If this changed how you see bacon, subscribe. Share this with someone still frying the pink strips. Know your pork. Demand transparency. Choose carefully.